All right, everyone. Here we are. I believe that I should be audible now, and you're probably not seeing much on screen except for a flashing DOS prompt, which is really the beginning of all good things in life when you think about it. At least if you are I, which I guess most of you are not. Um, so hello everyone. First of all, is anyone present? Are there people present here? Okay. Hello, Corjan Bet. I don't have a list of planned games. I'm doing this really ad hoc. So, in the future, I might actually do this a little bit more in a bit more of an organized fashion and actually create a list of planned games that I want to see, which is probably what most people do, probably what people should do, what I should do. But for now, I'm just doing this very sort of spur of the moment without any real preparation. So, okay, hello, mech number four. Okay, looks like it's just the few of us for now. I think if YouTube is to be believed, you two are the only here right now. Gosh, okay, pretty small start then, but well, that's okay. We can work with that. So I didn't put out any announcement for this stream because I don't want to start cluttering up my channel with announcement videos and keep saying, "Hey, I'm going to be streaming on this day at this time." I think that gets a bit annoying if subscribers keep getting those announcement videos. So that's probably part of it. Probably a lot of people didn't know and don't know the stream is happening because I didn't put out an announcement. I mean, it'll show up in your subscription feed if you're subscribed to me. So, but yeah, and I'm doing this at a bit of an odd time. It's kind of a strange time because I'm trying to include everyone with this time, but sometimes when you try to please everybody, you end up not pleasing anybody, because basically it's very early morning in Europe right now. So for Europeans, this is really like quite early to get up, especially on a Sunday morning, because people are used to sleeping in on Sunday, which is a normal thing, which I guess is to be expected. Um, and for Americans, right now, it is very late for Americans. Americans on the Pacific coast, like on the West Coast, like California, Oregon, Washington State. It's what is it? I believe it's getting close to midnight. Like it's shortly, but like really late, like bedtime right around now. And people on the East Coast, it's already something like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think. So very few Americans would be up at this time. The only people for whom this time might be convenient are very Eastern people, like either people in Australia, New Zealand, or people in Eastern Asia. I have very few viewers in Asia. I may have like a very small handful of people in Japan, or other places like that. And I have a very small number of viewers in Australia, New Zealand, but oh, are you also from Australia, Mech number four? Okay, then this is probably a good time for you. Yeah, that's the thing. I figured this time is kind of a good time for everybody who are internet people, because American internet people will be. Hello, Mika's Lair. I'm hoping it's going to be a good stream. Oh, and okay, hi Zantara. Okay, so yeah, so it's midnight for you, Zantara. So I'm sorry that you're staying up. Thank you for staying up late to catch the stream. Sorry that it's so late for you. So that's the thing. It's convenient for Australians, for the small number of Australian viewers that I have, and East Asian viewers. It's very late for Americans, very early for Europeans. So in a sense, everybody could attend if if their sleep schedules allow for it. But if anybody misses this stream, I'll just say if anybody's watching the stream on replay, I'm going to do a later stream today. In fact, you might have seen I'm doing a later stream today in 10 hours from now, I believe. So if you're watching this after the fact and thought, oh darn, I missed the stream, then I will try to, yeah, I should be streaming in 10 hours from now. So yeah. And also, if you're watching this after the stream, I'll just this might become a standard disclaimer. YouTube is weird about the chat replay. The chat replay is enabled, but it doesn't show up right after the stream. It usually takes like about 24 hours or so after the stream for the chat replay to show up. So if you're not seeing it right after the stream, just wait a day or so. Good morning, Tuske. Terve, hyvää huomenta. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Okay, so yes, more people are coming in, so we should get started. And the last thing I'll just say as a kind of a preamble, the first stream was called a shovelware stream because that was what I wanted to focus on, but it became kind of a more general DOS stream, and that's why I've changed the name. I've changed the name to just be General DOS Stream because what exactly is shovelware? I mean, by definition, shovelware is, software that was put onto those big compilation CDs where you had like 200 or even more games and programs just copied onto a CD. But theoretically, anything could be shovelware. And I don't want to necessarily restrict the stream to just something that may have been or may not have been on some CD at some point in time. Probably it's better to just say more general sort of obscure DOS game streams, so kind of focusing on whatever DOS games that people may have known or may not have known. I mean, part of it for me is the discovery of stuff that is kind of obscure. I'm always interested in obscure stuff, even if it's not very good. I mean, I think I've said this before. I'm not necessarily focused on good games. I'm more just focused on discovering new things. That's kind of the appeal to it for me. And hopefully it's interesting for you folks as well. I know most people want to see me play well-known games. People want to see me play very well-known games that they might remember from their childhood. But for me, it's a little bit more about going outside of your comfort zone and exploring new things that you may not have seen before. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone, depending on where you are. I realize that you're scattered from all the corners of our lovely world. Let's get started. So I'm open to suggestions. Toss me suggestions for what you'd like to see. I'm just going to say, yeah, just type any game name, and I will try to accommodate it. Otherwise, I'm gonna let's see. Otherwise, I may just go into just for starters, I'm going to go ahead then and just mount a let's mount a shovelware CD here and just start browsing through it. Just going to give you something to look at. Maybe we'll visually see something that looks appealing to go through a catalog here. So let's start with let's start with GameFest 2 actually, because I did start with this. I started making some videos of this and never finished it, so maybe there'll still be some interesting stuff to see here. So let's go ahead and draw. Let's see. So now it's mounted. And I did not need to type the .bat there. So this is the GameFest 2 CD. So let's go ahead and take a look. So let's see. More obscure stuff is probably going to be under game EGA. I mean, think I started with game VGA when I was making videos of this. But let's go and what about Simulator Sports? Gosh, Simulator Sports is going to be very limited. I mean, actually, Dull's Tower is a nice game. I actually like that game. Baseball, Spireplot, War on the Sea and Risk, Field General, Corncob 3D. Oh boy, Corncob 3D is such a great flight simulator, but there have already been many videos made on that. And it's not the kind of game that you can really show in just a few minutes. It's a little bit more in-depth because it is like a proper flight simulator. And it's a flight simulator with a story and a whole, sort of fictional in-game alternate universe, alternate history thing that happens there. So it might take a little bit longer to get into that. Some of these are going to be just like general sort of strategy games. Like, yeah, these 3-star games are kind of mediocre sort of strategy management games, which are probably not going to be very interesting to... Oh boy, One Must Fall. I don't know why that's here. It's not really a simulator or a sport game. This is a very early demo of One Must Fall, actually. Most of you know it as that robot combat game, but it started off... Some of you might have seen it. This is a very early demo, which is just 2 guys. It's just like two guys in martial arts uniforms. I think the uniforms are called gis. Is that right? I think that loose-fitting sort of uniform that martial artists wear is called a gi. So it's just 2 guys in gis, just having at each other. Just a basic 2-player game. Oh yeah, baseball. Yeah, I should feature that someday because that is actually it's a nice. Being an American or having grown up in the influence of the American nation or whatever, I do enjoy baseball. I was a little bit into baseball as a kid, and it's actually quite a nice baseball game. Made a nice little one-person shareware baseball game. Fighting is clearly sport. Well, if it's proper fighting, I guess you're right. I guess if it's like properly. Like not just no holds barred fighting, but like properly regulated martial arts fighting, which One Must Fall is, or at least this demo is. Yeah. So, okay. So we've got some suggestions coming in. So let's see. Okay, Scunny Cart. Scunny Cart. Do I have Scunny Cart here? I should, but let's take a look. I actually was never... For some reason, I was never that much of a Scunny Cart fan, and I don't know why, because... maybe because it feels too much like a very obvious and very direct sort of... I don't want to say rip-off exactly, because it's not a total rip-off, but it's very clearly just made to kind of cash in on the popularity of Mario Kart. Yeah, I don't have Scunny Cart here, but let me see. Let me just download it then. And since Scunny Cart is shareware, it's not illegal to it's not going to be illegal to download the demo of it and get that running. It's going to be just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and if I can find Scunny Cart, I think I've got it here. Scunny Cart version 1.4. I hope that is a good version. I am not aware of the various versions of Scunny Cart. I'm going to go ahead and assume that Scunny Cart version 1.4 is good to go with. So, all right. So, going to extract the files. Yeah, I know you were being, a little bit silly, M. Loreley. I know you were kind of joking about that, but I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, boxing is a sport, and I think martial arts can be considered a sport as well. I think technically it does. It does count as a sport. Was Scunny Cart actually made on the same engine as Wacky Wheels? I didn't even realize that. I mean, I'm aware of Scunny Cart. I know that it exists, but oh, got to remember the Control F4 trick here. Oh yeah, and somebody said there was some more official way to actually refresh the directory. But I mean, if Control F4 works, oh, you got to install it first. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's see. Do I run install.exe or do I run what looks like just a self-extract? I'm just going to try running $ScunnyK and see what this goes. Yeah, it's just a self-extracting exe. So actually, we can probably just do this and get all the files here without needing to go through some install process. All right. Okay, cool. Do we have a setup here? I'm just looking for a setup to set up the sound card, but I do not see one, so I'm going to guess that we just run the game. Scunny K. Let's get started. Game speed is 50%. Okay. Copysoft presents. Do I need to press something, or is this just going to... a situation where you're always hesitant to press something because you don't want to... Okay, I think it's going to... Yeah, okay, I need to press something. Wow. Look at this intro screen, folks. This is definitely a very convincing title screen. Okay, this was worth it just for this title screen alone. That's... Okay, I'm just going to let you folks enjoy this for a moment, and I will leave that without commentary. I think this title screen speaks for itself. Okay, let's move on. Loading, please wait. All right. Oh, whoa. It's running a little slowly. Is that just because I'm in the menu, or I don't know? Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's see. So setup. Oh, maybe it's because the game speed is 50%. I wonder why did they have the game at 50% by default? Is it so fast that they had to slow it down? What happens if it's... I'm going to assume if they have it at 50% by default, I'm going to assume that there's probably a reason for that, so I'll leave it like that for now, and I mean, we can change it later. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by non-streamlined, Lorelei. If you mean that there wasn't a set process, as much of a set process as there is today, then yeah, that is something that I like as well. Because, you know, the thing is, today there's, like, if you think about Hollywood movies, like I often compare computer games to movies because they have a similar sort of production process. If you think about how movies are made today, there is a set process for that. And that sucks a lot of the artistry out of the process because professional movie makers, they know how to make a movie. And so everything ends up being very produced and very sort of cookie cutter because everything's sort of made according to the same mold. And computer games are kind of going in that direction as well. Most games today are cut according to a very, well, not necessarily very specific, but at least a rather specific sort of template that sort of defines what a game is supposed to be like. And there are not a lot of games that are willing to break that mold. But back in this day, there was no mold because computer games were such a new medium that even professional game developers were really kind of just kind of winging it, kind of improvising it. Yeah, so all right. Anyway, difficulty, I'm going to say, I'm going to stick with easy because I'm bad at games. Even though I play so many games, I'm really bad at them. Do you know what reverse mode is? Oh, probably that lets you run the tracks in reverse. Okay. VGA 7 resolution. We want low res, high res. I'm going to stick with low res for now just because I like that chonky VGA pixely goodness. Sound Blaster is fine. Music's on. Keyboard. I don't even know what the key definitions are, but I'm going to have the good old DOS experience of just figuring out what the keys are by pressing random things on the keyboard. Okay, I guess we're ready. Let's start. Actually, let's do practice first. Let's do a practice. One-player game. I can only assume that CC stands for cubic centimeters and is a measure of how large the engine is. So basically, a larger engine will have more horsepower. I'm guessing that that's what this is asking. But why would you want a less powerful engine? Why would you, if you're in a race, why would you want a smaller and less powerful engine? I do not. I'm going to go with the larger engine. Just, oh boy. Australia, Europe, America, Japan, Germany, Africa, UK. So they have basically... No, I was going to say they have basically every continent, but actually they don't. They don't have South America here. But otherwise everything here is... Well, obviously Antarctica is not here. Very few games have Antarctica besides Deus Ex Invisible War. Is there... Okay, pop quiz. Can you think of any other game besides Deus Ex Invisible War that has a setting in Antarctica? Because I can't. I don't think I've ever played one. But yeah, so we have North America obviously here because we have America. And then obviously it's nice when they have Europe, and then they also have Germany and the UK, as if Germany and the UK are not in Europe. And yeah, I know the UK has left the EU, but it's still in Europe. It's not in the European Union, but it's still in Europe. And then we have obviously Asia with Japan, and of course we have Australia with Australia. Anyway, okay. Oh, I see. So the engine selection also means that your opponents have, yeah, enemies. I think probably opponents is probably better. They're not necessarily enemies. It's just a friendly race. It's not. They're not necessarily enemies. Opponents is probably the more regular word for this context. Okay, so that makes everybody's engine larger or smaller, and so I guess that basically means that the game goes faster. Like enemies are faster too with 100cc. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. So South America is missing, but we have every other continent. Oh, I guess yeah, you're right. Well, I haven't played the Thing game. I mean, the movie, of course. Oh, and actually. Yeah, and Enclosure. I actually did a Let's Play of Enclosure, and that is set in Antarctica as well, isn't it? Because it is kind of inspired by The Thing. So yeah, there you go. The Thing, the movie was in Antarctica, and then I guess, was there a game based on it? I'm not aware of a game being based on The Thing. But Enclosure, which is inspired by the thing, is in Antarctica. Okay, so that's 2 games. All right, so should we do... You know, I don't think I've ever played a game in any video or anything like that based in Africa. So just for diversity's sake, let's go for Africa, see what the Africa Cup is like. Oh, in the shareware episode, you don't get Africa. Okay. That's racist. You don't get Africa in the shareware. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go then with 50cc just to make everything slower because I'm bad at games. You don't think people in the UK think of themselves as being in Europe, really? What do they consider themselves a part of then? Like, are they just kind of on their own? I mean, I know a lot of Russian people, and I know Russians often say this, like, there's this question, is Russia Europe or is it Asia? And a lot of people kind of divide Russia into 2, so there's like a European Russia and an Asian Russia. But I know a lot of Russian people say, we're neither. Like, they'll say, no, we're not Asian, we're not European, we're just Russian. Like, we're our own thing, we're not part of any other continent. People in the UK think themselves as being in Africa or Australia. I think you may be pulling your leg, Mr. Fawns, sir. Welcome to the stream, the Fawns, but I think that's probably a joke. Okay, do I get the Europe Cup then? Okay, that's also... Okay, so I'm assuming then, it looks like I'm assuming then the first thing here, the Australia Cup is... Okay, that's the only thing we get in the shareware version. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you only get Australia in the freeware version or in the shareware version. Okay, that's fine. At least we have 5 tracks. Actually, we have 5 tracks in Australia. It's not bad. That'll be good for a couple of playthroughs. Okay, Australia Cup track 1. Is it just... Okay, I guess... Oh. I was thinking... Gosh, I'm bad at interpreting things. I was wondering which track is the Australian track? Is it that rectangle in the middle, or is it that outer rectangle? It's neither. Those are the walls. The track is the gray thing between them. I don't know why I thought that those blue, red, and yellow lines were the track. That's not the track. Those are the walls defining the perimeter of the track. That gray sort of rounded rectangle is the track. All right, let's play. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. This was more information than I was expecting. Well, I mean, this is explaining the power-ups, but you know, I'm not going to read this. I didn't read all that. Oh, that was my player selection. I selected with... Okay, I did not even realize that was player selection. All right. Here we go. I need to... What's... Oh. Whoa. Really? Whoa. Really? Shift is accelerate. Wow. Okay. I figured out that shift is accelerate. I need to figure out the steering keys now. It's not the arrow keys, so... I kind of figured that in any normal game you might use the arrow keys for steering. That is clearly not the case. Wow. And it's specifically left shift because right shift is not working. Okay, okay, well, change of plans. Abandoned game, I need to figure out what the controls are. The only key that seemed to do anything was left shift. That's accelerate. And it looked like the alt keys were doing something in terms of steering, but actually hold on, I probably should have, hold on. Okay. I just foolishly assumed that the arrow keys were, wait, what? Oh, I can't define the keys here. In fact, I can't even change this. Okay, I think the idea is that you just switch between keyboard and joystick here, and since I don't have a joystick, it's not an option. Okay, all right then. Yeah, time to view the help screen. Good idea. Okay. Instructions. All right. Okay, gosh, these, wow, these controls are very special. Okay, so, Control and Alt are steering, and then Shift is, okay, alright, okay. Alright, maybe we can live with that. It's a little bit weird, because, you know, it's weird. I personally do not get along well with controllers, like with game controllers. And the reason for that is because it just seems so counterintuitive to me to steer with your left hand. I mean, unless you're left-handed, but I am right-handed as most people are. And so to me, it seems very natural to me to use my right hand on the arrow keys on a computer keyboard. And I've never really understood why controllers do that, why controllers have the D-pad on the left side usually when most people are right-handed. But I've read studies that say that actually handedness is kind of a myth. It's not necessarily like one hand's better than the other. It's more like the hands do different things better. And so allegedly, even if you're right-handed, your left hand is better at directional stuff, and then your right hand is better at mashing buttons, which is what you do, with a typical sort of console game. So allegedly it makes sense that way, and I'm not even doing anything. No, this is actually the demo. This is the game running the demo. So yeah, I don't know what utility is. I'm assuming that utility is, yeah, it's like using turtle shells in Mario Kart. Like if you want to throw a blue shell or whatever, then you probably press tab, which is the utility key for that. But most important keys are left shift is accelerate, and then control and alt are steer. And this is the demo, so I'm actually just gonna. Actually, oh boy. Okay, you know what? I was gonna say let's watch the demo for a second, but actually no. Let's just straight into the game. Let's actually just start the game. Let's get into the game. I feel ready. I feel prepared to do the games. I'm gonna go with 50 cc so everybody's slow. Australia, track 1. All right, let's do this. Let's see if this works. Yeah, this is gonna feel weird to do with my left hand, especially because I mean WASD I'm a little bit used to because so many games use WASD, but Shift and Control and Alt as your main. Okay, so I can actually choose the my character here. Yeah, okay, so Potame is slow, Raggy's medium, Nakard is slow, Gondor's medium, Golfy is medium, Scunny is fast, Pussy is slow. Oh, it's Octopussy, I get it, it's an octopus. And Handbag is fast, gosh. Okay, why would you want to choose a slow character? I do not understand. Can I go with Scunny? All right. I was afraid that Scunny is not available in the shareware version or something, but apparently he is. All right, let's try this. Let's see this now. I've got my fingers on Shift, Control, and Alt. Let's try this. I mean, worst case scenario, I can do key remapping in DOSBox, but I'm going to try the original experience here, and whoa. This is actually... Whoops. Oh no. Okay, obviously banana peels make you slip. That wasn't that was something I could have guessed. Why is this so choppy? Whoa, what happened? Okay, that potion made me smaller and now I wait. Is that Wait, seriously? Did I just I ran into some kind of power-up that gives me some kind of little thing that's riding on my back and continually hitting me. Did this suddenly become a BDSM game? I mean, I'm okay with this. Like I'm okay with what's happening, but I was not really expecting this. That was sort of an unexpected twist. Can I get this thing off me, or am I just... Is this guy going to keep whipping me for the rest of the race? I'm very confused now, folks. I'm sorry. I was not expecting any of this to happen. This is kind of... And also, I noticed that I think I'm in last place, which is probably not very good. Although, it's not necessarily about winning or losing. If you're enjoying yourself... I mean, let's be honest. If you're enjoying yourself, then you actually want it to last longer. You want it to take as much time as possible. You don't want to finish quickly, so... Gosh. That was, Player 1, you can do better. Yeah, I believe you. I'm hoping I can do better than that. But gosh, that... Okay, why is this so choppy? Do I need to increase the cycles in DOSBox? Let me try it with a slightly increased cycles count in DOSBox and see if it has anything to do with that. Otherwise, I might need to go to the... Okay, so track 1 is just a straight oval. Track 2 is obviously a little bit more complicated. All right, let's try this. I need to spin out to get rid of that guy. Okay, let's try that then. Thank you, Rocket. I appreciate it. I'm always surprised when people appreciate what I do, because I do it so. Whoa. Oh, of course, I need to go left here. I'm always surprised when people really like my content, because I don't feel like I'm really that that special as a streamer. Like, my production values are extremely low. I never do, like, any kind of video editing or anything. I literally just... Wow. Wow, this is... Okay. Wow. I appreciate that I'm doing very badly. It's partly because I have no idea what I'm doing. I keep feeling like I can just go through that thing. I need to remember that that colored line is actually the wall of the track, but just for some reason I keep sort of having this feeling that I can just plow through it, which is obviously not the case. Okay, so I guess I picked up a missile, so I could probably use tab to shoot that missile, but actually it looks like things are not going too badly. I mean, I guess I'm in second place. I'm in second place, just doing nothing but just like straight racing without actually shooting missiles at anybody. So I'll try to keep it. Actually, oh, you know what? Whoops. I tried pressing tab and accidentally. Whoops. Sorry. I looked down to look at the keyboard for a second, and that's what I get. I was trying to find tab because I was trying to press tab and accidentally pressed caps lock instead, which obviously doesn't do anything. Let's try again. Okay, pressing tab did not seem to do anything, but that might have been because I was in front of a wall. Okay, I'm doing very poorly at this. I can understand why there was the option now for 50cc and 100cc engines, because even with 50cc's, it's moving fairly... It's moving in a way that's a little bit hard for me to react to. That's partly because of the very poor frame rate. Oh, I'm qualified. That's nice. I don't know why this is running so slowly. Wait, why am I in first place? Wasn't I in third place? I don't get it. Not quite, I'm just not quite feeling this, you know? It's like, it's a good-looking game, but, let me try game speed 100%, and I'll try this again. Let's do then Australia Track 3. Okay, it gets still a little bit more convoluted. And I guess I'll go with a medium racer. Sure, let's try Gondra, why not? I don't think I won already. I think that was... I think that was just a practice run. That was not actually... I mean, I guess technically it was something... Holy... Whoa! Oh my goodness! Whoa! Oh no! Okay, now I understand... Oh no! Now I understand why there was an option for game speed and why it was at 50%. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Whoa! Okay, to be fair, this does not feel like... I was expecting 100% to be twice as fast. This does not feel like twice as fast. This feels like many times faster than just twice as... I'm going to assume then that 100% just means no speed limiter. And I'm going to assume that this is now running with no speed limiter, and so it's running as fast as the DOSBox cycles count will let it go. And gosh, okay. Okay, you know what? Let me try turning down the cycles in DOSBox then. I mean, that's okay. It just means that you can control the game speed with the DOSBox. This is still a little fast. Let me try it turning down a little more. Yeah, so this is... Okay, I've got the DOSBox cycles down to about 3,000. But now we're kind of back to the problem we had before, where it's like... Now it's at a more playable speed, but it's kind of choppy. Yeah, like the frame rate on this game is actually quite bad, and it just sort of tries to hide that by Well, I mean, at 100% speed, it's kind of hidden just by how fast it goes, but it actually is... I don't know what to blame this choppiness on now. Is the choppiness because DOSBox is just too slow? Because if I make it faster, then it's too fast. Gosh. Okay, that was terrible. All right. Yeah, this game could use a mini-map. That would be nice. All right. Gosh, what is going on in chat here? We have a couple of people here who are very... So I'm usually pretty tolerant. Like, I don't get offended by things. I don't get upset. Like, I'm pretty much... I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm generally almost impossible to offend. So I don't get like riled up by the trash talk that happens in the internet. Like I'm used to the kind of nonsense that happens on the internet. So I have never banned anybody for any of my streams, and I'm not inclined to do so. But if anybody becomes... I'm going to ignore the shenanigans going on now and hope that that people are just having fun. But if anybody feels troubled by it, let me know. If anybody's bothered by what's going on, I'm not against banning people necessarily if they become disruptive, but I'm assuming people are just having fun right now, so I'm going to leave it as it is. That was Scunny Cart. I'm pretty sure this is not the first time in my life that I've played this, but I think that probably the first time I played it was such a traumatic experience that I kind of just blacked it out of my memory and never played it again after that. So I don't remember it being this choppy. It looks like kind of a cool game, actually. Like, if it were not so choppy, it would be a lot more fun. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it is basically Mario Kart. It looks like it would be a pretty cool game. It just needs to be a lot more playable. It needs to be like... It's too bad because it actually does something like a nice game. It actually seems like a well-made game, even though it's basically been made using a stolen engine. I guess if they stole the Wacky Wheels engine, then that's why it's good, because they didn't make it themselves. But anyway. All right, so what was the other suggestion? Dungeons of Grimlore. Let's try Dungeons of Grimlore and see how it works. Yeah, it was not great. That was not a great game, but you know, that's kind of what we're here for. We're here for discovering. I mean, this is hardly a discovery. I think the Scunny games are fairly well known. The Scunny games are not really that obscure. Like, if you played a lot of DOS shareware games back in the day, you probably ran into some of the Scunny games at some point. But still. Why do I put the cam myself? I never do that. Like, I don't do cam streaming with my face just because, you know, I mean... It's just something I've never done, and I don't think that that's really... Is that really what people want? I don't feel like that's what people really come for. I mean, I could. Actually, could I? I don't even know how to do that. I literally don't know how to do that, because I've never done it. If people really want... Like, do people really want to see, like, have, like, my face in the corner reacting to things? I don't feel like that would jive very well with my style, because I'm not like a vanity streamer. I'm not here just to have people... Okay, Rocket, I appreciate your sense of humor. Like, again, I don't get upset by things. Like, I'm not offended by stuff, but I do want to make sure that other people are comfortable. And I think that I'm just gonna make a very boomer sort of statement and just say, I think most people who watch my streams, like, I'm 41 years old. I'm not Generation Z. I'm from, like... Actually, it's funny. I saw the other day that apparently I'm part of the so-called Oregon Trail generation. Apparently, people who were born like in the very late 1970s or early 1980s, like myself, because I was born in 1981, apparently we're called the Oregon Trail generation, which is actually cool. Like, I'm totally for that. I'm very happy. I am very, very okay with being the Oregon Trail generation. I actually love that we're called that. So I'm a little bit older, and I think that most people in my generation are not that much offended. We're not easily offended because, you know, we grew up in a slightly different time when off-color jokes were a little bit more part of our Western culture, so to speak. So I don't get offended by stuff like this. But I know that people on the internet, some people are very sensitive to having a safe space and stuff like that. I don't think most people who watch my videos are of that demographic. I think most people who watch my videos are not that easily offended. They're not these sort of younger people who get more easily offended. But I don't want to have like rogue elements running around and being disruptive. I don't want people disrupting the camaraderie of the streams. So Mr. Rocket, sir, you're certainly welcome to be here, and I know you're just joking around, and I mean, I have a dirty sense of humor too. So I'm not upset at anything that you're saying. I know you're just kind of kidding around, but I don't want other people to get bothered by it. So please try to keep it appropriate, sir. I'm not. I'm against censorship in general. Like I'm pro free speech, but I don't want people's free speech to kind of delve into the territory of being disruptive or disturbing other people. So I may need to bring down the ban hammer for the first time in my life if this continues. Anyway, all right. So the other thing was, sorry, what was the other game? That was suggested by Mech number 4, Dungeons of Grimlore. Okay, let's do that. Dungeons of Grimlore. And you know what? I don't know what that is. I've probably seen the name at some point in my life, but I don't think I've ever played it. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Google and just look it up. Dungeons of Grimlore. Okay. Just looking at the screenshots, I feel pretty confident that this is a game I've never played in my life. So this is going to be something new for me. Probably going to be new for a lot of you folks as well. I am just going to take a wild guess that many of you folks have never seen this game. Hello, Chuck Wow. Yes, Rocket, I do what I want. It is my stream, I do what I want. But like I said, I don't want to be like a tyrant telling people what they have to do. I'm okay with stuff as long as it doesn't, like, I'm okay with dirty jokes because I have a dirty sense of humor myself, but I just don't want to get too, there's a limit, there's a point where it just kind of becomes, what is going on now? Have I attracted like a troll demographic? Because this has never happened before. I've never had people doing this kind of thing on my streams where people are really like trying to do this. Have I made some enemies? Like, have I angered the wrong people, and am I now being subject to some trolls from 4chan? All right, let's see. Hello, James Kessler. I know you've been one of the most active people on my comments for a long time, but I think it's been fairly unusual that you've been on a stream. So welcome to the stream, James Kessler. It's good to see you. I'm trying. I've actually downloaded the Dungeons of Grimlore, and I'm trying to find it in the folder that I downloaded because I have so many downloads which start with and the download starts with the Dungeons of Grimlore. So I'm actually trying to find the file that I downloaded because I have literally like dozens and dozens of files here that start with the. Okay, I think I found it. Here it is. Okay. That is a lot of files, golly gosh. Okay, let's do this then. I'll just go ahead and extract this. And I'll just call the directory Grimlore because why not? Seems like a fitting name. Okay, all right, let's go to a directory called Grimlore, and, oh yeah, Control F4, gotta remember the Control F4 trick. Hello, Obi-Wan, Bill Kenobi, you're doing your laundry, okay, yeah, I do that as well, like after the washing is done, I'll put the laundry in the dryer and then leave it running overnight, and then in the morning, you have fluffy, dry laundry to put on. Are you also from Australia, James Kessler? Because one of the reasons why I'm doing the stream at this time now is because this is kind of a good time for people on the Pacific, like, Asia Pacific areas and Australia, which I know I have a few viewers in Australia, just not very many. And so this is a lot of files. My goodness, this is more files than I was expecting. Okay, I see Grimlore 1, 2, and 3.exe. So it's just like I guess this is a game in 3 episodes. So 269 files. 69. Okay, let's go ahead and run Grimlore 1. Okay. 1993 by John A. Rader. Okay. Okay, so you're from California, James Kessler. Okay, but yeah, okay. It's funny because when I stream at like what's late afternoon European time, that's pretty early morning where you are in California. And I thought that might be a better time because right now but I guess a lot of people who watch my videos are night owls. Like you're night owls, and so you're more inclined to be up late watching streams like that. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that this would be a very opportune time for Americans, but I guess it is. Okay, so I can choose a 386 SX, DX, or 486. I guess I'll choose 486, even though that's obviously not the case. Okay, well, the title screen here certainly speaks to it speaks to a certain level of production values, but I mean, to be fair, let's be fair here. It actually doesn't look that bad, and it is definitely. I mean, it's obviously high resolution. Like this is not just 320 by 200 resolution. This is actually fairly high resolution graphics. Okay, Rocket. I'm gonna go. I'm sorry. This is the first time in my life that I've ever banned someone from my stream. I'm gonna go ahead and oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. There's an option to hide users. Okay, I'll just do that. I have the option to say hide user on this channel, which I guess means that they can still watch, but their comments won't show up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that for Chuck Wow as well. Sorry, Chuck Wow. Actually, I'm not sorry. You guys are obviously not here for... I don't know what you guys are here for. I mean, I'm not bothered by it, but I don't want it to just... there's a limit. I mean, come on, guys. There's like I'm okay with jokes. I'm fine with a dirty joke, but it kind of reaches a point where it's like, okay, come on, guys. It's not funny anymore. Get better jokes. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and press 1 for new game. I guess this is the game. Okay. Oh, okay. So, yeah. It's funny, it didn't seem to react at first, but yeah, so you do use the arrow keys to move around. Okay. Oh, and that's okay. Okay, I get it. This is a top-down view. I was looking at this and thinking, what is that? Is it looks like a seahorse. It literally looks like a seahorse, and I thought, wait, am I playing like some kind of dolphin or seahorse, some kind of underwater sort of thing? But no, this is a top-down view. I'm a knight holding, I guess, a sword in my right hand, and I would say a shield, but actually looks more like a crossbow in my left hand. Okay, so this is a top-down view of what's happening. Okay, cool. All right, so this is the game. Cool, I just picked up arrows, I guess. All right. And there we go, more arrows. Can I pick up these skeletons? No, I can't do anything. Okay, they're just... All right. At least I can pick up 4 quivers of arrows. That, I guess, will leave me with 20 arrows since I have... Okay. I am just a bit annoyed by the fact that... So, if I press left now, he faces left. So I'm just a bit annoyed by the fact that every time I want to change direction, pressing the arrow key for that direction doesn't actually move in that direction. It just makes him turn. And then you have to press again to get him to move in that direction. That's just a bit annoying. Whoa, okay. Whoa, wow. I still have to DOSBox at 3,000 cycles because of Scunny Cart, and I actually feel like this is still... I'm going to slow it down even further. I feel like that's still running way too fast. All right. Gosh, I've got this now at like 500 cycles. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of like Boulder Dash, isn't it? Yeah, it does kind of feel like a Boulder Dash game, but I guess more generally just like a dungeon game. Chips Challenge. You know what's weird? I've played the Windows, like the Windows Entertainment Pack version of Chips Challenge. I never played the original Chips Challenge on DOS. So gosh. Anyway, whoa. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. So you don't die instantly. That thing ran into me, but it just kind of, I guess it took some of my energy. My energy bar went down by like 1 pixel or 2. Okay, what I'm picking up here. That looks like, I guess, treasure. Is it good for money, or is treasure just points? Like, does this game have a money system, or is that just points? I don't know. So, hold on. How do I, can I shoot? Okay, yes I can. Space shoots an arrow. Alright, so let's... Why did I was trying to... Okay, I should have waited until that eye was a little farther away so I could have shot it with an arrow. Why did I go charging right in while it was still... There we go. Okay. Cool, alright. That's how that works. I was a little worried that goblin or whatever might take more than 1 arrow to kill, but it did not. It went down with 1 shot, which is pretty good. Gosh, something has happened. I've never had like a group of trolls in my chat before. I don't know whether to be honored or dismayed. I mean, I guess on the one hand, it's sort of a mark of distinction that people have found me worthy of trolling. It's kind of special in a way, but it's actually kind of it's weird because even though I've been on the internet so long, it's kind of one of my first times being trolled on the internet because I usually don't go to places where that kind of stuff happens. So, gosh, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on the chat now. I mean, I don't have to, but let's try to maintain some semblance of order here. Yeah, see, I'm really bad at this. I keep trying to time it so that I go through those obstacles at a time when that thing is gonna. I was gonna say if I can shoot fire. That does not make a lot of sense. It does not make a whole lot of sense that you can shoot fire with an arrow, but okay, it's a game. Let's not get too excited about what we can and can't do. Let's just enjoy the experience as it is. Yeah, I mean, my viewers are really great people, and I think that just partly, again, I think that's partly because of the demographic, because, you know, most people who watch my videos are kind of older people. They're not like young kids. They're not teenagers. They're mostly people who are a little more mature and a little more, yeah. But I mean, somebody did take it upon themselves to troll me today, which, there we go. That timing was a little better. You know, I mean, I don't mind. Like, I'm okay with getting trolled, but I do want to consider other people who, you know, probably have who are probably more decent people than I. So what are we doing here? I need to get in there in such a way that, is there a way that I can see the controls here? Let me see if okay, pressing escape doesn't do anything. If I press P for pause, it literally just pauses the game. I don't get any, okay. I don't get any menu of any kind. Okay, is there a way to get any kind of menu here, or... I mean, I'd really like to turn off this thing where the arrow keys just kind of make me turn at first. This game is called, gosh, I forgot myself. What is it called? Dungeons of Grimlore, Grimlor. I would really like the arrow keys to just move me around and not like. Okay. Whoa. Okay. We actually. escaped that somehow. I was expecting that thing to grab me as has happened before. But okay, I actually escaped getting hit by that thing, which is cool. Yeah, and this loading is so slow because I've got DOSBox turned down so low that the loading takes quite a while. These tiles loading in takes forever. But yeah, 8-bit music or any kind of music. You know, I'm divided regarding music. I don't have a key to get through this, do I? Guess not. I guess I'll need to come back with a key later. Or maybe I don't. I mean, I don't really need it's just treasure in there. I guess I don't need the treasure necessarily. When I did my recent Space Quest 2 Let's Play, or rather the remake, I mean, I did Space Quest 2 and then I did the Infamous Adventures remake of Space Quest 2, somebody did comment that they found the constant music just a little bit oppressive. It's like, you know, music in games is fine for cutscenes and momentous events, but having constant music in the background just doesn't seem to... Oh! I thought that looked like a secret passage or something. Can I go through that? Yes, I can. I mean, it's a fairly obvious secret passage. It's pretty obvious that it's different from the surround. Okay, how am I going to get this guy without getting hurt by him? Or can I? Do I just need to take a hit, or can I actually... Interesting. Does he not? He doesn't come toward me. Okay, well, that worked out. So somebody mentioned that, you know, because it is a newer game, and it tends to be more standard for games to have constant music now, that there's like a constant soundtrack playing while you play the game, in contrast to Space Quest 2, which only had music during very specific events. And it kind of goes both ways. I mean, I appreciate music. Like, I don't mind having a musical background, but I understand that it can get distracting if there is constant music. And if there is constant music, that in itself is not necessarily bad, but then it needs to be background music. Like, there's music which is very attention-grabbing, very prominent, and then there's music which is more appropriate for having in the background. And, oh no, I'm running away from fire. All right, I ran away from fire successfully. That was you, Slide RSB? Yeah. So I don't remember who it was, but okay. But if it's you, then I understand what you're saying. Like, I get where you're coming from. I'm kind of divided on it because it's like I don't necessarily... I didn't mind the music, but I do understand that... Oh! Whoa! Okay, that eye took... Wow. I hit that eye twice, and it was still coming at me, so that eye takes at least 3 hits to kill. Wow. Okay, that was unexpected. But yeah, I think you folks understand what I'm saying. And you can probably turn the music off. Like, I think there is... I mean, the game does have a separate music volume control, so I could have just turned the music off. But I was just thinking, you know, I mean, the music didn't bother me. Like, what do you folks think? I mean, did anybody else find the music in the game, like, really inappropriately present, so to speak? I mean, I respect your opinion, Slide RSB, but I didn't find it that intrusive. Like, the music wasn't that in your face, in my opinion. Because this eye is not coming out. I'm trying to time this so that I hit the... I mean, this eye is going to take 3 hits at least. I don't even know how many hits these things take. I'm assuming it's at least 3. Okay, it is 3. Oh, and I shot a superfluous arrow, but okay. Yeah, I mean... So, I'm probably weird about music because even in real life, like, even when I'm, you know, not playing games, like just, you know, playing music for a mood or whatever, I tend to prefer music without lyrics. Like, I will actually seek out karaoke versions of songs because I tend to prefer, I don't know, for some reason, I often tend to prefer songs when there are no vocals in them. So I actually like seek out versions of pop songs or rock songs with the vocals removed because I actually prefer listening to it that way. It's just my personal preference. I realized that. I might as well just get hit by this thing. Oh, I actually avoided getting hit by that thing. It's interesting. And then I got hit by it at the end anyway. I realized that a lot of people get very excited about vocalists. Okay, and I got hit by that thing as well. I guess that was to be predicted. What do I do now? I'm actually at a dead end here. Is this stuff? Okay. I thought maybe these orange things are like fire and it might hurt me, but it does not hurt me. But yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, some people get very excited about singers and say this singer has a great voice, but for me, it's kind of like even if a singer has a great voice, often I don't know. It's just like a personal thing, I guess. Like coming back to Midlife Crisis, which is a game that I play. I played like an 8-bit version of Midlife Crisis from Faith No More when I did my Space Venture stream last year. And I like Mike Patton, the singer of Faith No More. I mean, who doesn't? I mean, he is rightly known as one of rock music's most versatile vocalists, probably of all time. But I don't really go for death growls, and the way that I was just trying to see if I can go down here, but I guess I can't. I was just trying to see, sorry, what was I saying? I love Mike Patton. I think he's a great singer, but the way that he growls on Midlife Crisis, like, go on and ring my, yeah, like when the red gets wet, it just doesn't really jive with me. Like I don't really like the way the way he vocalizes the verses in that song. And if you search out the karaoke version with the vocals removed, it just sounds so good. To me, it sounds really good. Like it just sounds a lot better without the vocals. I'm sorry to say it. I know some people probably disagree with me. That's just how I feel about it. Anyway, yeah, it is kind of like Gauntlet. I mean, it is kind of like Gauntlet, but I don't know. There were a lot of games that were of this sort at that time, so I wouldn't say it's necessarily a Gauntlet clone. It's more like just a regular top-down dungeon crawler. Good evening, Chris. Welcome to the chat. I think that it will soon be time to end this and go on to something else. So if somebody wants to suggest a game, please do, because I'm just backtracking now. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, because that was a dead end. In that room with the orange stones around it, that seemed like a dead end, unless I could somehow get through the orange stones, which didn't seem to be the case. Actually, I should have tried shooting them. I wonder if I can shoot those orange stones. Oh, wait. Oh, I think I can go right from here. I didn't realize that, because the border around the screen kind of looks like it sort of looks like a wall. I mean, it's made of what looks like wall blocks, but actually I think I can probably walk through here. Yeah, it's visually not necessarily noticeable right away that you can walk through that, but yeah, you can. That is actually just like goes to a different screen. Okay, all right, is this guy gonna come at me? Come at me, bro. Fight me in real life, bro. There we go. It's interesting. It takes him a while to realize that you're there. So it's like, even if he ducks into this sort of tunnel here and comes back a couple of times, intuitively you might think, okay, he doesn't see me somehow, but actually he did come at me. He just needed like a couple of rounds to notice that I was here and start coming at me. So, all right. Yeah, same thing with that spider. The spider kind of... Oh, the spider also takes more than one hit. Okay. But yeah, I think we're getting close to a good time to switch games here. So if anybody wants to suggest a different game, then... please feel free to do so. I'm watching the chat very carefully now, trying to see if anybody's being disruptive. I mean, yeah, so this is... I wonder where you get keys from. I guess you just kind of find keys randomly. Okay. I mean, I'm not bothered by that kind of thing. I mean, I'm a pervert as well. I mean, yeah, of course, I'm sitting here with my sausage in my hands, but I mean, I just... Okay. Now, what do we do here? Is this intentionally... Hold on, let me try... Okay, I was just wondering if you can, like, shoot through these things, but... Yeah. You know, I'm going to speed up DOSBox just for a bit, just so that movement is a little faster, because it's a little painful to do this when it's that slow. Obscure adventure game like the Microprose ones sometimes. Are the Microprose adventures really that obscure? I mean, Microprose made, what did they make? They made 3 adventure games from, I believe Matt Grusin was his name. Is that right? I don't remember. I want to say Matt Grusin, or is that the guy who did The Simpsons? No, that's Matt Groening, isn't it? Gosh, I'm bad at names. I'm forgetting names. But yeah, I know of 3 adventures from Microprose. There's Rex Nibbler and the Cosmic Genderbender, which I actually did a Let's Play of. You can find that on my channel. They did Return of the Phantom, which is based on the Phantom of the Opera. And the other one was I forget. Wait, no, Dragonsphere. Dragonsphere is the third one, yeah. And Matt Grusin also did Earthrise, which I also have a Let's Play of on my channel. So I could do Rise of the Phantom. No, Rise of the Phantom. Return of the Phantom or Earth. No, not Earthrise. Gosh. When you get old, all these names get jumbled up in your head. Dragonsphere. There we go. So yeah. We can do like and I actually did Dragons. My very first stream, like my very first live stream, I did do Dragonsphere on that, and then never continued it. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, exactly. James Kessler, you're right. My very first stream was Dragonsphere, so I mean, I could go back to that sometime. I probably should go back to it sometime. It looks like a good game. I just kind of got stuck. I wasn't sure where to go from that. So let's see. If I just sit here long enough, is something going to come out eventually, or whoa! I was not ready for that. Sitting here the whole time waiting for that thing to come out, and then when it came out, I wasn't ready for it because I was looking at the chat. Yeah, Densming, I'm sorry. Pretty sure at this point that I will not be doing any further collaborations with her Crabbiness. Her Crabbiness is not doing Let's Plays anymore, and, you know, that's her decision. She chose to exit from the scene, which is a loss for all of us. I mean, all of us loved her videos, but she, you know, moved on, and that's her thing. Kind of like, I mean, Pushing Up Roses did something similar. Pushing Up Roses was also very popular. Well, still is very popular. Pushing Up Roses kind of stopped doing games. She's mostly focusing on like movies and TV stuff now. She's doing videos about, you know, TV and movie entertainment. She's not doing Let's Plays, as far as I know, very much anymore. So, you know, people do different things. People move on. Life has different stages. Life's grand story takes many twists and turns, and that's kind of just how it goes. Okay. Legend games. You know, I do appreciate how underappreciated Legend games are. It's kind of that's a strange way of putting it. I'm trying to figure out how to formulate. Like, I do appreciate Legend games, and I do always consider it unfortunate how underappreciated they were, because they were kind of the. They were basically sort of the follow-up company from Infocom. Like, you know, you had Infocom, and then I guess it was mostly Steve Maretsky, wasn't it? Like, Steve Maretsky was one of the biggest names at Infocom back when, you know, when Infocom was making just text adventures, and then he moved on to Legend Entertainment and started making games there. So Legend Entertainment is in many ways sort of the standard bearer, sort of like the legitimate inheritor or whatever of Infocom. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the list of Legend games now. So I mean, they made the spellcasting games, which were of course good. There was Eric the Unready. Companions of Xanth was a Companions of Xanth was kind of a light game. It was sort of a fairly easy sort of game, I think, but it was good. Like, it was enjoyable. Like, it was a very light sort of adventure, but it was definitely good. And Callahan's Cross Time Saloon, boy, Callahan's Cross Time Saloon, very weird sort of adventure game. Kind of took things in a different direction. I guess probably because it was made by Josh Mandel, who had a theatrical background instead of a computer game background, and he sort of did his own thing with it. But it was good. I mean, it was odd, but it was good. Is there a specific Legend game that you want to see? Because I mean, I'm definitely down to Legend game. I mean, Legend games were great. Um, yeah, I miss Pushing Bros' game videos as well, but I mean, you know, you got to do what comes naturally to you. I mean, she had her own reasons for doing that, I'm sure, and it's her decision. So, anyway, what is this DOS construct of a game? This is you're looking at the Dungeons of Grimlore, which is a game that this is actually my first time ever playing this. In fact, I think it might be my first time ever seeing this. It's a basic top-down dungeon crawl kind of thing. Seems pretty cool, but I think I'm done with it, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Is there only one Let's Play of the spellcasting games? I mean, I could do a... Oh, Willy Beamish. Let's do Willy Beamish, actually. So regarding Legend games, actually, I mentioned when I did my announcement video about shovelware diggers and, kind of my intentions to start the stream, I did mention MZizzy. Now, I abhor Twitch. I can't stand Twitch. But MZizzy is a good reason to go to Twitch because she is doing a sort of series on Eric the Unready right now. Unless she finished. Actually, I'm not sure if she might have finished because I didn't catch her last stream because she is Australian, so her streams are not always at good times for me to watch. But at least she was doing Eric the Unready. So if you want to see Eric the Unready, go watch MZizzy on Twitch. She's great. But Willy Beamish, well, it's not a Legend game. It's a Sierra Dynamics game. But actually, Willy Beamish is something that... I played it once when I was a kid, and I never finished it. So actually, I could do Willy Beamish and see how far we get, because it's not a game that I have a lot of memories of. I remember it being a good game. I mean, it's basically done in the style of Dynamics' other adventures, like Heart of China and Rise of the Dragon. It's sort of, you can tell it uses a similar sort of engine. But, yeah, actually, it's a pretty cool game, which I never finished. And actually, where is it now? I need to where is it? I know I have it. I think I just don't have it on this computer. Oh, that's annoying, because I know that I have it. Okay, I'm gonna need to get creative here. Give me a moment. I am very definitely not looking for it on less legal sources. Is it seriously? Is it seriously? Hold on. Okay, I think this will work. I am definitely not. So apparently it's on GOG. So actually, we're back to the same thing that I talked about in the previous stream. It's like, on the one hand, I do appreciate. I mean, I shouldn't say anything bad about it because actually it is really good that these games are available on GOG. It's actually a good thing. I really shouldn't speak out against game companies making games available on GOG. That's nice. Windows Explorer just crashed. Am I still alive? Can you still hear me? Because I tried to unzip a zip file, and that made Windows Explorer crash. Always a pleasant experience. But I think we're still going. Battlehawk, the Crescent Hawk's Inception. Okay, that'll be... Okay, we'll do that next. I will do that as my next game. Okay, we're still live. It's weird. You know, sometimes just Windows crash... Well, not all of Windows, just Explorer crashes. So basically your Windows don't react anymore because... because Windows Explorer is the user interface for Windows. But okay, so we've got... yeah, who doesn't like GOG? I mean, seriously, I think everybody loves GOG. I mean, GOG is great because, yeah, it only sells, as far as I know, it only sells games with no DRM, which leads to a lot of abuse. I mean, sadly, it does mean that a lot of people take advantage of that sort of honor system and will just very freely copy and pirate the games without paying for them, which is, you know, a thing that people do. Okay, let's get out of the Dungeons of Grimlore. I guess I press Q to quit. Do I save? No, I don't save the game. 4 for exit to DOS. Okay, that was Dungeons of Grimlore. And yeah, okay, and it's a shareware game, even though I think it looks like it's freeware now, probably, because I don't think this is something that Mr. Raider is selling anymore. Yeah, you can manually start Explorer from Task Manager, but usually Windows will detect that it's crashed and manually and automatically restart it. So, so yeah, that's what happened. I didn't have to restart it; it automatically got restarted. It was kind of funny because all my Windows disappeared for a second. Is the Crimson Diamond finally going to be complete by the end of 2023? That would be great. I will probably do a Let's Play of the Crimson Diamond when it comes out then, because that is a great looking game. I did one video of it a few years ago, and I would be very happy to see it come out because that is a great looking game. All right, let's go ahead and yeah. I understand what you're saying because, you know, it was different when we were kids. When we were kids, we didn't have any money. Like, I couldn't have bought these games if I wanted to because I didn't have any money. I was reliant on my mother to buy me games. Today it's different because, you know, most of us are probably... I mean, anybody who remembers these games is an adult now. Very much so because, you know, if you were around to play games in the 1990s, then you're obviously well over 20 by now. You're probably well into the working world by now, unless you don't work. So, you know, we have enough money to put in $5 to buy a game. So I understand what you're saying. Like I could afford to buy this game for $5, but I already had it, so I don't want to buy it again when I already have this game somewhere. I just don't have it on this computer. But just it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like I would buy the game if I had never owned it before, and I thought, you know, I should, you know, it's on sale. Maybe I should buy it honestly, but. Anyway, yeah, I was not keeping up with the Crimson Diamond. I was not keeping up with the news on it. I was not aware that it's... oh, it's... I should have checked for that. That's fine. Okay. Oh, is this... Huh. Do I need to install this, or is that installer just a... Let me see. If I run install... Okay, this is also just settings. So graphics, okay, there's only one option for graphics, VHS colors, sounds and music, obviously Sound Blaster, and yeah, let's just play the game. Dynamics. Serpents of Seraph. What is Serpents of Seraph, Lo-Fi Workshop? Because I have not heard that. Like, I'm so out of touch, man. I am not keeping up with what's happening with games these days. So, fill us in, because I'm guessing other people probably don't know what that is either. So tell us, what is Serpents of Seraph? Yeah, man, this intro music. This music is pretty cool, actually. It's pretty nice music. Do I own any vintage computers? I don't think I do right now, actually. I got rid of them because I live in a very small apartment now, and, you know, it's just kind of like... Where I used to live, I literally had about 25 computers. And I just suddenly woke up one day and realized, I have 25 computers in my apartment. Why am I doing this? I had 3 Commodore 64s, I had an Amiga 1000, I had a couple of Apple IIs, I had, I don't even remember what I had, goodness gracious. I had like some ridiculous number of things. And I just kind of thought, why am I doing this? I need to stop. Stop it, get some help. So I kind of, oh, I didn't even realize the game was still good. Okay, we're actually into the intro now. Okay, something about Principal Frick. Mr. Frick, I guess that's intentional. Students of dear old Carbuncle, as I see your shining faces peering forward expectantly into the future on this last day of school. Horny. Oh, his frog is named Horny. That's awesome. Blah, blah, blah. Huh? Arg! Later the year's last session of after-school detention. What's going on here? Are we dreaming? Is Willie Beamish dreaming, or is this actually happening? What is this? Okay, it looks like a game, like a head-to-head game tournament. Wow, look at that guy. Look at that guy, man, that joystick. That's a pro. You can tell he's a pro by how... Wow. Just that smirk on Willie's face is just like... Hah! And this guy's just like, oh, you got nothing. Wow. Oh man, these guys. So I just. Oh no, what happened? Oh man, okay. Oh, what is this? Oh, I need to get that wristwatch off the center of the screen. Sorry. Willie Beamish, what did I just say? Okay, so it's this kind of thing. You know, it's weird. I never got into that much trouble as a kid. I don't know why. Like, this is not something that I identify with. I know a lot of people identify with this sort of slacker or sort of rebel thing where it's like you wanted to rebel against authority, and I just wasn't that kind of... I wasn't that rebellious as a kid, and I don't know why. Alright. Oh no, the old prune caught me. Better think of something fast. Well, I mean, this is probably going to get us in trouble because it's going to reveal that we weren't paying attention, and this is just going to seem snarky because she obviously didn't say that. So I'm guessing this is probably the option least likely to get us into trouble. I mean, I said it's a beautiful sunny day. Your friends are outdoors having fun. The birds are singing and your report cards are in today's mail. Oh man, that C I got in music appreciation wasn't my fault. How am I going to explain it to Dad? He's going to freak. How do you get a C in music appreciation? Do you not appreciate music enough? I mean, it's kind of a joke. I understand music appreciation class is based on... I mean, I had music appreciation class as well. I appreciate it's based on participation. So it's like you can appreciate music but not participate. So I guess that's how you get a C. But C is also not that bad. I mean, is his dad really going to get upset that he got a C in music appreciation? I mean, if I don't have children, but if I had a child who got a C in math or, you know, English or you know, something like that, I might say, okay, what's going on? Like, do you need some help? Do we need to, you know, kind of get you more focused on something? But if it's like a C in music appreciation, it's kind of like, am I going to be worried that my child doesn't appreciate music enough? I'm not sure if that's something that would really concern me. Won't your parents be surprised when they see your report cards? Hello, Dragoon Mutsu. It's nice to see you here on the stream as well. Glad to see you here. If if Mom and Dad see my report card, they'll never give me the dough I need to get to the Nintari Championships this summer. Okay, that's right, yeah. So Nintari is obviously a portmanteau of Nintendo with Atari, and Willie Beamish has dreams of getting into that Nintari. I was going to say companionship. I wanted to say either competition or championship, and it became the word companionship in my head, and I stopped myself before saying that. But then I said it anyway because I thought it was funny. Too bad you have to stay after school. What you did this morning was disgraceful, Willie, just disgraceful, and in front of all the students. So to be fair, that wasn't intentional. I think Horny the Frog jumped out without Willie's bidding, although he probably shouldn't be walking around with a frog in school anyway.
Miss Glass, I'm supposed to be in juvenile court today. May I be excused?
You didn't raise your hand. Nice try, Carmine. Stop talking to your neighbor, Chubby. Ribbit. Is there something you wish to share with us, Willie?
You're in for it now, Willie.
So, I don't think we're supposed to have a frog here in school. So, probably wouldn't want to say this. Something they had for lunch. This might sound like it's being snarky. I'll just see. Like I'm a good boy. I don't want to be rebellious. I don't want to like talk back in people's faces. Like I'm assertive. Like if somebody starts getting in my face, I'll get in their face back. But if somebody's not trying to provoke me, I'll try to be respectful to them. So I'll just say no, Miss Glass. You were always weak and punished for. Is that really so? Okay, I'm not really familiar with how school works, to be honest, because I didn't go to school much. Does it really work that way? Like, do you have to be strong? Like, are you required to be physically strong and punished? Like, that seems terribly unfair. That seems really, that seems kind of cruel. But I know a lot of people have bad memories about phys ed class, so maybe that's the reason why. Maybe it's because it is taught by like chunky-headed people who have no intelligence and just think that a real man is strong. Even though I think, as far as I can tell, I think Xantara is a woman, but maybe women are. I don't know. I mean, it's good to be a strong woman, but anyway. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people have very, very bad memories of phys ed class. Ludicer, I'm a perfectionist, so like I always tried to get A's as well. I always tried to do the best I could, and just for myself, I always wanted to get A's, regardless of what anybody else's expectations of me were. But if I ever got less than that, I wouldn't beat myself up over it. And like I said, if I had a kid, I don't have children, but if I had a kid, I wouldn't say you are a disgrace to the family, you got a B or a C. I would say, okay, what's going on? Do you need help? I would want my kids to get A's, and I would encourage them to do so, but I don't want to, But then again, it is kind of moot since I don't have children anyway. Is that Duke Nukem? He's probably based on Duke Nukem. I'm pretty sure that's probably the inspiration for that character. I think Carmine was his name. And yes, apparently his frog is literally named Horny. This is a teens game. It's a game for teens, so they were kind of edgy that way. They're like, hey, let's name the frog Horny, and let's name the principal Frick, because that's what draws the kids in. It was the 1990s. In the 1990s, this is what drew children into games, or at least what they thought appealed to children. It's kind of like one of those "how are you doing, fellow kids" moments. Okay, so I'm talking too much. No, Miss Glass. That's better. Yeah, see? What? It's like talking to cops. I've had a few encounters with cops in my life, and some people really hate cops and will say, well, what are you doing here, you idiot? Why don't you bother somebody else, you pig? Whenever I've tangled with cops, I've always been respectful. I've always answered their questions and just played it straight. Because if you give them trouble, you're just making more problems for yourself. Why bother? What's the point? Why make everything more difficult for everyone? Just say yes, no, and be done with it. I don't get it. I don't understand this attitude of trying to... Anyway, let's move on.
Hey, Willie, want a jelly donut? My mom gave me extras.
At least he's honest about his about the source of his problems. He looks like he has a butt growing out of his head underneath his ear there. I hope I'm not being fat phobic. I'm not trying to be fat phobic. I'm just saying he looks like he has a butt on under his ear. What a bunch of losers. I've got to get out of here. Now, people, I want you to write a composition. It will be called How I Plan to Spend My Summer Vacation. Okay, is this it? Is this... Okay, this is the game now. For the first time, I actually have control over the game. Okay. What do... Now start writing, and I don't want to hear a peep out of anyone. Okay, where am I? Is this first-person perspective? Like, is this actually... I don't remember how this game works. I'm assuming this is first person, because I don't see... Oh, wait, no. Oh, this is us here. Okay. I was thinking, where am I? And I thought, am I, like, seeing this from Willie's perspective? No, this is Willie here on the left. This is us. This is we here. Okay, open our desk. What do we have here? We have... Okay. Annoyingly, the game doesn't tell you what these things are. I mean, it's kind of apparent. I mean, this is obviously a ruler, a couple of pens, sandwich. But what is this? Oh, it's a cola drink, I guess. What is this? A writing board? Is this actually... it looks kind of like one of those boards that kids used to write on like 200 years ago. Do I not have... Hold on, can I eat the sandwich? Okay, I guess I can't. Yeah, so cops overstepping their authority is obviously a problem. I understand that some cops get out of line. And if that happens, you need to keep your head. You need to say, officer, consider what you're doing. What you're doing is not appropriate. Please consider your position as a representative of the law. You can be assertive with it. You can say, officer, consider the appropriateness of what you're doing, please. But don't just like start insulting them, saying, "You pig! Get back to the farm where you came from." Oink oink. I mean that doesn't help. I mean, yeah, I understand sometimes you need to be assertive with cops. You can't let them push you around. I'm not saying just let them push you around and let them get away with anything. But be professional, be respectful, be a normal human being. Goodness gracious. Is this a hall pass? Okay, interesting. It would be nice if there were some indication. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, I can click the right mouse button. Okay, if you click the right mouse button, you get this magnifying glass, and you can look at things. Okay. Willie crafted this ringed block of wood in chop class. He's not sure why. Yeah, I'm not sure why either. Chop class. I think that's probably supposed to be shop class. And this... It is cola. Okay. It's an acrylic bottle of Slam Dunk Cola, which is now permanently bonded to the desk. Okay. Unfortunately, today's high temperatures liquefied your peanut butter, jelly bean, and... Really? That sounds kind of gross. Peanut butter... I guess it's supposed to be gross. Peanut butter, jelly bean, and mayonnaise sandwich. The gooey mess seeped through the bread, melding your Willie special to the desk. This was also the time of Ace Ventura, so this was, the age when gross-out humor was in among teenagers. He has crayons in his desk. How old is Willie? I mean, I understand he's a kid, but he's not like a small like a child. He's like an adolescent or teenager. I don't think teens still draw with crayons, do they? Okay, so we have a... Oh, and it's not Crayola, it's Crayola. Okay, I was going to say, isn't Crayola a trademark? Okay, so we have a red crayon, a white crayon, and obviously a ruler. Okay, and seepage from the sandwich and the spilled bottle of cola have reached the ruler and cementing to the inside of the desk. Okay, so this, and this are cemented to the desk, but this is something I can take. Okay, I see. So it looks like what people were saying is correct. You have to draw a hall. Does it make a difference if I use the white or the... Okay, this is interesting. So I can switch back and forth between white and red. Seems more likely that the white option would be correct, but... let's try this. Wait, how do I get out of here now? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh wait, is that my inventory down there? Can I... Hold on. If that's my inventory, can I take this stuff with me as well? Let's try this. Yeah, this game was written by adults who really don't understand children. I mean, I feel like a lot of media back in those days was like that. You know, again, it's like that famous line from Steve Buscemi. How are you doing, my fellow kids? It's like old people trying to be cool, trying to pretend that they fit in with kids when they really don't. My, where is the time gone? That's how I feel too. Whenever I start playing these games, I just go on for, like, goodness gracious. I've been streaming now for an hour and a half, and I feel like I'm just getting started. Carmine, why don't you read us your composition?
How I'm gonna spend my summer vacation. First, me and my brother are gonna hotwire a car. Then we're gonna get some ski masks and drive out west.
In the game world, I can't really tell whether he's being serious, because Carmine is such a stereotype of a jock that this could actually be serious, like played straight. Like this might actually be him seriously, honestly planning his summer vacation that way. Or he could be just trolling the teacher and just writing up something outrageous just to troll the teacher. I mean, I think we've heard enough, Carmine. Read yours, Willie. I plan to play... Oh, okay. I didn't write this. I guess Willie's just kind of improvising. He's just freestyling this out of his head. I plan to play Nintari and hang out with my friends at our treehouse. I'm going to the Nintari World Championships in New York, and I'll win because I practice every chance I get, and... Okay, students, that's the bell. You all leave now. Have a nice summer. Heck, I didn't need to do anything. I didn't even need that hall pass because class is out anyway. And I didn't even need to write anything because Willie apparently just recited something off the top of his head without having to write anything. Alright, school's history, summer's here, and I didn't finish reading that. Okay, where are we now? Is this... okay, oh, I'm guessing that's our house that we just skated up to. Okay, here we are. I guess this is our house. Can we do anything? I guess I can go inside. Can I interact with anything else here? Guess not. Can I take the skateboard? No. And I can't walk around. It's not like a Sierra Adventure where you can, like, walk in the scenes. So, yeah, like, using the arrow keys makes that arrow move. It doesn't make Willie move. So you can't walk freely, but... Okay, so it's kind of a little more of a closed adventure game. But, yeah, Mr. Rogers, I mean, in general... One thing that I always hated, I mean, I don't know if my childhood was unusual, but I never really liked kids' media that much. Even as a kid, I didn't like watching kids' shows that much because you could tell they were made for kids. And I was always more interested in adult media. And I don't mean porn. Like, I don't mean, you know, that I wanted to watch porn as a kid, even though that, you know, there was a period where, you know, that's something that kids take an interest in as well. But I just mean I was more interested in adult situations in general because I realized that that's something that requires more intelligence, I want to say, responsibility. Like, I just found children's television very condescending and insulting. Like, I found it very insulting that I was expected to find this sort of dumbed down stuff entertaining. And I was always more interested in reading adult books and watching adult shows and things like that. And again, I don't mean, you know, not adult in terms of like violence and sex and stuff like that. I just mean more, you know, situations that a mature adult would encounter in their everyday lives. So I don't know if I was unusual in that way. Anyway, let's see. So, was there a urinal cake that I need from the boys' restroom? Okay, I might be stuck here, but that's okay. I'm not going to play this that much longer anyhow. So let's just go inside our house. Uh-oh, somebody beat me to the mail. Dad's going to skin me alive when he sees that C. Well, maybe we should have gotten a double D. Yeah, I know that's immature, but me talking about being mature and then making a joke like that. Okay. Suddenly we have a ghost Beamish. Is this the ghost of one of our deceased... Is this like our dead granddad or something?
Don't worry, Willie. You probably would have been in more trouble if you had tried to hide the truth from your folks.
Grandpa! Okay, it is our deceased grandfather. Boy, I sure haven't heard from you in a while.
You haven't needed me for a while. You've got to watch yourself, boy. Something foul is afoot in the city of Frumpton.
Okay. Oh, hey. Hey, Duffy. How you doing, boy?
Hiya, boss.
I wish that mutt would quit bothering me. Let's take him for a walk.
Kibbles and grits. Kibbles and grits.
I'm gonna make some kibbles and grits. This is also a reference to a, there was a dog food commercial of kibbles and bits of that tone back in the day. I don't know why I still remember that. It's not like I have some very nostalgic associations with that dog food commercial. Okay, where do we go? Oh, there's a message on the answering machine here. Let's check the message. Tiffany, this is Melanie. You won't believe what happened today. I heard Trish say that you know who did you know what with you know who. Call me as soon as you get home. Are there more messages?
This is Mr. Frick from Carbuncle Elementary School. We've been having some discipline problems with your son Willie again. Mr. and Mrs. Beamish, please give me a call today at that number before 6 p.m. to discuss the matter.
Sheila, this is Miss Crabbleton. I ate something which didn't agree with me this afternoon. It's really giving me the green apple two-step, if you know what I mean.
I actually don't know what you mean, but I think I'm happier not knowing what you mean.
So I won't be able to give Willie and Brianna their music lessons today. Guess I should have known better than to give thirds in the fried chicken livers in the...
To have thirds in the fried... Okay, I guess she has some brown problems.
Oh well, live and learn.
How many messages do we have? Does nobody check the answering machine messages?
Hello, my name is Bernie Leibovitz with the Employment Bureau. I'm calling for Mr. Gordon Beamish. Please call me tomorrow at 5...
Oh, yeah. That's a plot element in this game. Our dad, Bernie... Wait, no, not Bernie. Gordon. Bernie is this guy at the Employment Bureau. Our dad is Gordon Beamish, and our dad just lost his job. I think you find out later in the game, Dad just lost his job, and that becomes a point of plot because it's like the family is going to go through some financial troubles now, because this was, of course, back in the time when it was more usual for the father to be the breadwinner and the mother was like a stay-at-home mom looking after the house and the kids but not working. So single income family, the single earner suddenly loses his job, and that's also a part of the game's story. I remember that.
Tiffany, this is Cliff, and I was just calling to see if you wanted to see the Gums and Noses concert with me Friday night. Call me when you get a chance.
Beep, there are no new messages. Alright. Can I do anything with this answering machine? I'm not going to read all that. Okay. Do I go upstairs, do I go to the kitchen, or do I go to the living room? I'm assuming this is the living room, and that looks like the kitchen. Let's go to the kitchen first. Fancy home. Yeah, man, this was the days of suburbia.
How was your last day of school, dear?
I mean, this was what was normal back in the 1990s. You had middle-class families living in middle-class suburban homes. It seems so long ago now. It seems like such a foreign reality to us, but there was a time when people lived in relatively spacious suburban homes which had more than one room in them and had, where people had normal lives. That is a historical bygone relic of the 20th century, but...
Great, Mom, just great. I'm glad you're home. I'm up to my ears and I really need your help. Aw, Mom, I just got home and I gotta unwind. I want to go outside and play. Brianna, you'll just have to wait. Willie, you can unwind after you help me. Brianna's been whining all afternoon. Get out of my hair before I go crazy. Just take her into the backyard for a while. No way, Mom. Brianna's a real pain. Then grab that Jinzu knife over there and julienne those veggies for dinner. No can do. I gotta practice Really? Willie.
this is one of those parenting situations where it's like, okay, Willie, priorities. We need to have a talk about some attitudes here.
Ma, you promised me that Willie would take me outside to play. Brianna, I'm starting to lose my patience. Now just be quiet or else.
Is breadwinner like an offensive term now? I was not prepared to think that breadwinner is okay. I assume you're not saying it's offensive, but father does his duty. I mean, are there really duties in a family? I mean, maybe I'm being all new age and all social justice warrior now, but I mean, I understand there's not necessarily assigned roles. There are not necessarily duties in a family. I mean, there are situations where it's reversed. There are house husbands where the guy stays at home, looks after the kids, and the wife goes out and works, and that's okay too if it's okay with the people involved. Like if people are okay with that, then why not? I mean, I don't want to start getting on a rant about gender roles. I'm probably talking too much instead of playing the game, but do we say, okay, we'll push our sister on the swings? Do we take a Jinsu? I guess that's supposed to be a Ginsu knife. I told you, Mom, I've got better thing to do with my time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's push it just a little bit. Let's be a little bit naughty and see what happens.
That's it. No Nintari for the rest of the day.
Oh, now we have to be reconciling. Now we have to strike a conciliatory tone. Or do we double down on it and say, Mom, I really need to practice. I'm going to win the championship. All right, let's try it. Let's double down and say, no, I really need to play Nintari.
Willie, playing Nintari is not an option. The choice you have are to take Brianna to the wrapper and cut up these veggies now.
All right, let's take our sister for the swings.
Push harder.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm a terrible person. I'm a horrible person because I thought of something very different when she said that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought of something very wrong just now. You really want to go higher? This is non-interactive. I can't even do anything here. I'm just
higher, really higher.
Yeah, Ludicer, I think it's fair to say that people can talk about it rather than saying your role is to do this and you will do this, you will fulfill your duty for the rest of your life. I think it's okay for families to talk about it and say, what do you feel like doing? Like, do you feel like washing the dishes tonight, or do you feel like, I can wash the dishes if you want to do something else, like if you want to mow the lawn? I mean, you can discuss and kind of talk about sharing of duties. It's not like there have to be specific assignments that are rigidly carried out. I think families can afford to communicate. In fact, I think they need to communicate. I think there's no family if there's no communication. Oh yeah, I think I remember this. And I think I chose the first option, the sky is the limit, and then she actually gets hurt and we get in trouble. All right, I'm not going to play this too much longer anyway, so let's do something a little bit outrageous and say the sky is the limit. That sounded like a cat meowing. In fact, I think they probably stole that cat meowing sound effect from The Incredible Machine, because that was another Dynamics game. Whoa, okay, that was obviously a little bit exaggerated. I don't think she would have flown that high. Look what you did to your little sister.
I don't know what's gotten into him. It must be all that Nintari. It's turned his brains into guacamole.
The boy needs a firm hand. Have you folks considered sending William to military school? Considered it. We're going to pack his bags and put him in a bus tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Whoa. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. That nurse. Oh dearie, dearie me. Oh dear. Oh dear. Also, actually, why is the mother wearing leopard print pants in a hospital ward? Does that seem maybe not quite... Okay. Okay, it's a little trashy. It's a white trash middle class family. They're middle class, but they're still white trash. Actually, you know what? I just realized that mother is very obviously Peggy Bundy from Married with Children. I didn't pick up on that at first, but she is very obviously meant to be Peggy Bundy. Okay, that would explain the leopard print pants and everything else.
Goodbye, Willie. I hope you learned something from this experience.
Alright, maggots, welcome to boot camp. My name is Sergeant Sluggo, and I'm going to be your worst sniper for the next 18 weeks. I will make you into men, even if it kills you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was... Okay, that is something I kind of understand, because, like, I had hair like Willie when I was his age, and I also got upset when my mother cut it, so I kind of understand how he feels. It's kind of like... It's just hair, but, you know, it is something that you develop an attachment to, and if you... Yeah, I can kind of understand that. Alright, game over. I didn't save my games was meant to restore. I don't want to restart, so I'm just going to quit. Let's just get out of here. Okay, thank you for playing Willie. They didn't even write the whole name of the game. They just said, thank you for playing Willie. Yes, I like to play. I play with my Willie as well. Okay, let's see. That was Willie Beamish. Pretty cool game. I mean, even when I was a kid, I didn't identify with its whole sort of slacker, rebel kind of adolescent vibe. And now that I'm 41, I identify with it even less. But still, you know, cool game. I mean, you don't have to identify with the main character to appreciate the atmosphere and the story of a game. Okay, and there was one other game now. Somebody suggested one other game, which I need to go back and check now because There we go. Battletech: The Crescent Hawk's Inception. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead. This is a game that I've never played before, so I am gonna go ahead and look that up. So I'm just laughing at Zentara's comments about her dad's urologist. I'm not sure that I think that's probably something better left uncommented on. And did I say I was 40 earlier? It is not my birthday. Thank you, but it's not my birthday. I'm 41 and have been 41 for several months. My birthday is not anywhere close to the current time. Okay, so what are we looking for now? We are looking for Battletech: The Crescent Hawk's Inception. Once again, this is a game that I have never played. So, oh wait, or is it? Oh, I think I did play this once. For some reason, I got this mixed up with. There are all these mech games that I never really got into. Like there's Mech Warrior, and there's what's that other one which was published by Sierra? I don't remember. I never got into these games just because I don't know, not for any specific reason. I just never played them. Okay, but this is an older game, and I think I did play this once, and then there's so many games that you play once and you think, huh, it looks cool. I should probably get back into it someday, and never did. All right, let's try this then. Battletech: The Crescent Hawk's Inception. Going to go ahead and try this now. All right. Thank you, James Kessler. Yes, my birthday was months ago, but I am happy to accept your birthday wishes for months ago. Yeah, it was probably Earth Siege that I'm thinking of, or one. Anyway, okay. Anyway, let's see. So, let's see. Wait, what did I call it? There we go. Okay, Control F4. Oh, and once again, it's in a subdirectory. All right, where's the exe here? B Tech. What graphics adapter do I have? I guess I'll go with, I don't think there's going to be, is there going to be a difference between choosing EGA, VGA, or MCGA? I don't know, just, let's try MCGA. How many disk drives? 1, 2, or C? I guess I'll say hard disk C, because I'm not playing from a floppy disk. All of them should be saved in the current directory. Okay, I guess this is just saying whether you want to save to floppy disk or hard disk. Well, sure, I like to put things on my hard disk. Actually, no, opposite. I like to put my hard disk into... Okay, sorry, trying to be mature. I complain about people being immature on my stream, and now I'm being very immature myself. I'm sorry. Okay, Infocom and Westwood Associates present. These are both companies that no longer exist. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Let me turn this up. Oh, wow. This is the opening theme. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. I'm speechless. This is the opening music. Wow. Okay, let's move on. That is like... That is... I'm actually enjoying this. Okay, oh, okay, it's over. That was the end of that. And this is, I guess, a demo. We're just watching, like, I'm not playing. This is just the game doing something by itself. Yeah, it's like a chorus of crickets. It's like, I actually enjoyed that. I actually liked how that sounded, but it didn't really sound like music. It sounded like, you know, like those science fiction stories where you meet some adorable creature like a tribble or something, and it just starts making some kind of weird, adorable sounds at you, and it's like, it's kind of weird, but it's so adorable that you just can't help but say, oh, that's so cute. It was exactly like that. It was like, that sounded so bizarre, but it was so adorably bizarre that I just couldn't help but think that that was the cutest thing I've heard in a while. Kind of like a cricket, yes. Like, it's like crickets are kind of like I wouldn't want a cricket in my house because when it starts chirping, it would get annoying, and after a while I'd say, shut up, I don't want to hear the cricket chirping anymore. But when you first hear it, it's like, okay. All right, let's go ahead and... Is this your first time playing it? I'll say yes. Technically, I think I played this more than 20 years ago because I seem to remember seeing this before, but I'll say yes. Yeah, I think I mix it up with Robotech as well, because there's Robotech, there's Battletech, and then there's Mech Warrior, and then there's something else that, I don't know. All right, so, okay, it's okay, so it's not exactly smooth scrolling. You move in increments, but that's fine. I don't know what these buildings are. Does this force field zap me? No, this doesn't hurt me. I just can't walk through it. Okay. Do I enter the Comstar station? Sure. I don't know what the Comstar station is, but okay. Comstar Hyperpulse Generator Station. Well, several adepts. Okay, I do not know what an adept is. Maybe I should have read the game's lore first. Shrouded in robes and mystery, direct their efforts. They ignore attempts of communication, settle down with the small public access computer terminals. All right, let's inspect our accounts. It says you place your eye with a retinal scanner to verify that you are indeed Jason Young. Oh, we are Jason Youngblood. Well, that's good to know. Better than, yeah. After the journal beeps, confirmation, please to redilate your pupil as your balance sheet prints out on the screen. C-bill account 50. Current investment. Wow, does this game have like a whole... Is there like a... Okay, there's an in-game economy here, apparently, so you can change your investments and make money through investments. Okay, that's interesting. I was not expecting like a whole in-game investment economy in a game about fighting battle techs, but okay. Sure, okay, why not? But you know what, I'm going to leave because I'm not going to start learning the game's economics now. This building has 3 entrances. I wonder if they all go to different places. Let's find out. Oh, that's not an entrance? Oh, Okay. I stand corrected. This building has 0 entrances. Or at least 0 that I can walk into right now. What about this? Can I walk into here? No, I can't walk into here either. Okay. Yeah, it does kind of have an NES. It does kind of... I mean, it's obviously... well, I was gonna say it does feel kind of like a JRPG, but actually I'm also kind of getting Ultima vibes from this. It feels like, you know, the very early Ultima games, kind of. Can't walk in here. Okay. So yeah, somebody said this whole city as a menu thing is an interesting idea, but it's not really working out for me because I can't walk anywhere. I could walk into that one building if I wanted to change my investments, but the rest of this doesn't seem to actually do anything. I'm assuming I need to... Oh, the lounge. Okay, let's get into the lounge. You've entered a small lounge. Already people are engaged in conversation, starting and listening to the awful entertainers. All right, we can talk to others or leave. Nobody here seems interested in talking to you. This is supposed to be a game. It's not supposed to be real life. I don't play games to experience nobody talking to me. I can go to a lounge in real life if I want to experience that. Oh, I can enter the Mech-It Lube. Yes, I can. All right, sending the entry to a huge battle mech repair center. Okay, so can I can ask to apprentice. I can visit the speed shop. I've mech repaired by mech ammunition. Talk to others. Okay, nobody's interested in talking to me. All right. What's the speed shop? Okay, if I had a mech, I would certainly want to have the modifications. Okay, so I guess I need a mech first. Okay, so this is a place to be after you already have a mech and want to do some work on it. Okay, but we need to get a mech from somewhere first. Where do we get the mech from? My objective right now is finishing my training. Okay, all right. Oh, speak of the devil. Training center. Okay. I have to pass the written quiz. Oh, I see copy protection incoming. Identify this mech part. Okay. I'm going to hope that this game is cracked. Okay, looks like it is because it didn't stop me there. Greetings, Cadet Youngblood. You look like you're ready to begin your mech warrior training. Are you ready to accept your first training mission? Yeah, sure. Okay, your objective is to familiarize yourself with a mech and the training grounds. You have to choose a mech and pilot it to the far southeast corner of the training grounds. In return, you'll be judged on a pass-fail system determined by the time you take to complete your mission. Go on as straight as path as possible, but walking through forests and lakes will slow you down. Choose the fastest mech for the best choice of succeeding. Good luck. Okay, so... we got to be fast here. So you know what? I'm going to slow down the game because the game's running kind of fast, and if I have it running at a fast speed, then it will probably think that I'm slow. So I need to get to the far southeast corner. Oh, we saw that in the demo, didn't we? We kind of saw in the demo the guy got into a mech and then the mech walked into the southeast corner. I think we kind of saw that in the demo. I wasn't really paying that much attention, but I think that's what we saw. So, okay, going as straight as possible, walking through forest and... Okay, so avoid forest and lakes. Walk on flat land if possible, which I guess kind of makes intuitive sense. Okay, we want the fastest mech. Fastest mech. Can I get information on these mechs? Because I have no idea what these are. I mean, Wasp? Okay. Cool startup sound. Okay, I can't really avoid walking through those trees now, but all right, let's see now. So, where are we going? I mean, oh, can't walk through that water there. Or maybe I can. Oh, do I? Okay. You've made it to the southeast corner, get back to the training center. Okay. Is that literally the first training mission? Wait, where's the training center now? Where'd it go? Was it up here? Here it is. You took too long, cadet. You'll have to refine your mech handling skills before you can improve your performance. Remember, your mech moves slower through forest and water, and it really slows down in heavy forest. Of course, you're a harder target to hit them, but this test is only measuring speed. Testing only work up the nerve. Yeah, this is definitely testing my nerve. That was definitely a very nerve-wracking experience. It really had my heart pounding after walking that distance. That was definitely you can tell that my heart is just pounding in my chest right now. Oh, we haven't prepared the training course for your next mission. Come back later. So wait. my priority right now is finishing my training, but the training center is not open for my training mission. So, okay. Well, gosh. Golly gosh. Nobody here seems interested in talking to you. Well, that's depressing. Well, I guess that was it. GG. I guess I won. Actually, I didn't. I failed the first training mission. Now I can't do it anymore. Okay. I'm going to guess I just have to do that faster. And I think, like I said, I think the game is running at kind of at a fast speed, so probably that also contributed to. And yeah, that water being like at the end, there's that water in the way which kind of blocks you because you can't walk through, or you can walk through the water, but it makes you slow, so that you can't help but getting slowed down by the water because it's there in your path anyway. So, I guess we're done for now. This has been Mech Warrior. What's it called? Not Mech Warrior. BattleTech: The Crescent Hawk's Inception. Seems like a decent game, except. Oh yeah, you did say that. Yeah, it seems like there's this whole huge world. Like it seems like there's this big city that you can walk around and explore different things in. But I guess the city only has a couple of buildings that actually do anything that you can actually walk into and do anything in. So it seems like they had bigger ambitions for this game. I get the feeling that they had much bigger ambitions for this game, and that's why there's this huge sort of open world map that you can walk around. And then either they ran out of money or time or both, had to release, and they just kind of cut everything from the game except the bare essentials, and you ended up with a kind of a game that seems like it was planned for more than what it actually is. So, okay, well, that was that. I guess I will go ahead and call it a stream for now because I've actually already been streaming for about 2 hours, and I do have another stream planned for, 8 hours from now. So like I said at the beginning, for those who missed it, I did the stream at this time because I wanted to see if people from like the Pacific areas, like not the U.S., not the American Pacific coast, but like East Asia and Australia would come in. And it actually turned out to be the case. We had a couple of people here from Australia. So thank you to my Australian viewers for showing up. I realize this is kind of an inopportune time for Western people because it's very late for Americans and very early for Europeans. So to compensate for that, I'm doing another stream in 8 hours from now, which will be late afternoon in Europe and kind of early morning for Americans. Americans will just be getting up, and Americans can watch the next stream for breakfast if they so wish to, or whatever they do in the morning. So yeah, I'll stop for now, and I'll be back in 8 hours. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good night. Have a good sleep if you are in a place where it's bedtime for you now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out to DOSBox and chill with us for a while. And Europeans, I might see you in 8 hours from now. Atlantic Canada. Okay, cool. Greetings to Atlantic Canada Lo-Fi Workshop. Hope that things are well there. Yeah, thanks everyone. Okay, I will see you in 8 hours, Antar, and hopefully some of you as well, and hopefully also other people who are not present here. So, okay, I will stop for now. Thanks everyone. Take care. Hope you are all well, and I will talk to you later. I will stop the stream now. Fare thee well.